The Galactic Concord had made a grave mistake. Admiral Dren of the Vorthek Collective watched the tactical map with cold satisfaction as the last human colony flickered out its planetary shield system, finally overwhelmed by orbital bombardment. A dozen Vorthik warships hovered over the smoking remains of New Carthage, debris still glowing from the thermonuclear firestorm. Operation Final Silence is complete, as second-in-command reported. Human resistance is officially eradicated. Dren's mandibles clicked in approval. They brought this upon themselves. The humans should never have interfered with council business. He believed the war was over. He was wrong. Across the black void of space, in a hidden section of Saul's Kuiper Belt, the remnants of the Terran defense fleet floated silently beneath. Stealth veils. Humanity hadn't been eradicated. It had vanished by design. For 3 Earth months, not a single transmission escaped Earth space. It was quiet. Too quiet. The Vorthik and their allies mistook it for defeat. Inside the stealth carrier TNS Retribution, Admiral Lena Rowe watched a stream of data cascade across her terminal. Her face, half lit by tactical overlays, was a mask of cold focus. "They think we're dead," she muttered. Captain Singh beside her nodded. "Which is why they're about to find out what it means to betray a human alliance." Rose stood. Slowly, the weight of vengeance in every step. Deploy the fleets. Activate Protocol Orion. Within seconds, the dark reaches of space lit up with thousands of engine flares. The Terran Armada, once thought destroyed, surged to life like an awakened god of war. Fleet by fleet, they emerged from blackness, spreading out through the systems of the Galactic Concord like ghostly wraiths. Silent, precise, merciless. First target was the Vorthik supply fleet orbiting Eron 5. They never saw it coming. Stealth cruisers slipped in, deploying magnetized kill drones that attached to hulls and detonated inward. Fire bloomed silently in space. No survivors. An hour later, 6 Concord-controlled starbases across 3 sectors lost all communication, shattered into molten fragments before they could raise an alarm. Admiral Dren received the first warning in the form of a wrecked cruiser, its mangled hull propelled into his command ship's path with the words, "We remember New Carthage," scorched into the plating. He stared in disbelief. "That's impossible." The communications officer's voice shook. "We're getting scattered reports from across the mid-rim. Concord fleets are going dark. Hundreds of ships ... destroyed. No distress signals, just nothing." Then came the message. A simple Terran transmission, broadcast on every known frequency. "You betrayed the Alliance. You murdered our civilians. Humanity does not forget. We do not forgive. Fleetwide eradication has commenced." Panic erupted across the Galactic Concord. Emergency meetings were called. Fleets were scrambled. It made no difference. Human ships didn't fight fair. They fought to annihilate. Terran strike formations skip past traditional battle lines using folded space tunnels that bypassed Concord sensors. They targeted command ships, logistics hubs, planetary fuel reserves. Entire Concord fleets were left stranded, defenseless, and then eliminated. By the time the Concord realized what was happening, 1/3 of its naval force was already vaporized. On the bridge of the TNS Retribution, Admiral Rowe watched another red cluster of Concord. Warships vanished from the map. "Next," she ordered. Captain Singh hesitated. "Ma'am, there's a distress call from the Zenthari delegation. They claimed they were forced to support the attack on New Carthage." Rowe's eyes narrowed. "Did they fire?" "Yes, Admiral." "Then they died with the rest." Even the tall, war-hardened ex-Orvans, allies of the Vorthik, began abandoning their posts. Morale within Concord ranks shattered. Stories spread of ghost ships that came in the night, of human boarding squads in black armor that fought like demons, of a eye-guided missiles that could hunt fleeing ships through hyperspace. The humans didn't seek surrender. They sought obliteration. The final stand took place in the Zephyrian Nebula, where the remnants of the Concord's high command gathered their largest surviving fleet, over 1,000 ships. including dreadnoughts and capital carriers. The Terran Armada arrived with 600. The Concorde, Laugh Dot, and then the humans detonated a pre-placed gravitic minefield they had embedded in the nebula years ago during peacetime research missions. A third of the Concorde fleet was crushed before the first shot was fired. Humanity's war doctrine was simple: strike first, strike hardest, never strike twice. After the final battle, only 6 Concorde ships remained. They fled toward the galactic rim, broken and terrified. On a transmission heard throughout the Spiral Arms, Admiral Rowe made her final declaration. "This is not conquest. This is justice. You broke the trust of peace. You betrayed the ones who stood by your side in your darkest hours. And now the stars burn with your punishment." The Vorthic homeworld, once the crown jewel of the Concorde, was left untouched, but surrounded by orbital platforms that blared a single warning beacon on loop. Here lies the cost of betraying humanity. Peace returned to the galaxy, but no one ever forgot the silence before the storm, and no one ever again dared to test whether humanity's wrath could be survived twice.